Appeals court rules lawmakers cannot block their critics on social media. Lawmakers beware, your social media accounts are not First Amendment free zones. On Monday the 4th, the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals affirmed a 2017 decision holding that government officials may not block individuals on Facebook because of their viewpoints. Now, what about Twitter? Well, let's keep reading. The case, Davison versus Randall, has gotten much attention because of its obvious parallel to Donald Trump's unconstitutional effort to block his critics on Twitter. All right, so I guess it includes Twitter too. But the Fourth Circuit's sweeping decision goes beyond our blocker-in-chief to lay down a fundamental principle. Lawmakers may not retaliate against speech they dislike by suppressing expression on social media. Davidson revolves around the chair of the Loudoun County Board of Supervisors, Phyllis Randall. All right. The suppression of critical commentary regarding elected officials is the quintessential form of viewpoint discrimination against which the First Amendment guards. So Randall had therefore committed a cardinal sin under the First Amendment and was ordered to never again block critics from her Facebook page. The Fourth Circuit agreed. Randall's decision to ban Davison because of his allegation of government corruption constitutes black-letter viewpoint discrimination. Even worse, Randall engaged in this discrimination on a Facebook page that she herself converted into a public forum. So what's interesting here is that the court has decided that government officials cannot censor people on social media platforms because those social media platforms are public e-town squares. That's what this sounds like to me. So when are they going to go a step further and decide that Facebook themselves can't do that either? When are they going to decide that there needs to be a more extensive oversight as far as what is permitted, what isn't permitted? And what I'm referring to is, Facebook has censored and blocked certain anti-war websites, certain media pages, some that I strongly disagree with, some that are anti-war. So some I disagree with, some I don't. But nonetheless, they've been censored. And, I've said it before, we've talked about it before. I think that when you get to the point of a Facebook or a Twitter, you should be required, for the better of the public good, to follow the free speech laws of the United States. Or whichever country. I mean, I get it, this becomes complicated because Facebook's a global company. So, okay, but in the United States-based companies and pages, political pages, etc., need to follow the free speech laws of the United States. And I think in other countries, they ought to follow the free speech laws of those countries. And I get it, it's trickier than that, but the law has not caught up with technology yet. And we've talked about this, but here they are saying, well, politicians, you can't censor somebody because this is a public square. All right, well then, if it's a public square, Facebook can't do that either. They need to follow the free speech laws of the United States. So if you violate the free speech laws, can they censor you? Yeah. If you don't, can they censor you? No. And it would just be treated like a town square. So, whenever people throw those whataboutism arguments out there, they don't carry much water. I know, well, what if somebody's just posting nude photos all willy-nilly on Facebook? Then that's like, okay, here's the deal. If I was in a regular public square and I just take off all my clothes and start running around and I'm going, it's my freedom of speech, I'm going to be arrested for indecent exposure. That violates their community standards. And if I want to make a free speech claim, good luck. Good luck. That's a very big stretch. Good luck with that. Same goes here. Same goes here. Can there be community guidelines applied to something like pornography on a Facebook? Yes, of course there can. And if somebody's going to be like, oh, that violates my free speech, good luck. No, it's just this platform is not permitted for pornography. That's a guideline that we have for the betterment of the community. You violated that. We have authority here. However, if someone's making a political statement, well, then you can't overreach with censorship. It would be implemented the same way a community implements it. Would it be perfect? Certainly not. Would it be better than just letting a bunch of plutocrat billionaires in Silicon Valley decide what is and isn't free speech? Yes, it'd be better than that. Be a hell of a lot better than that. So this is an interesting leap, that they're deciding that, not leap, but this is an interesting decision, that, well, politicians can't determine what is and isn't free speech on social media. They can't overreach in censorship. So that means we should have some type of oversight for these platforms in general, because they're a modern day town square. So it's an interesting concept. It really is.
Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. Get your news on with Ron. Don't you want to know what's going on? We're getting our news on today. You can tweet me an article at Ron Placone. We'll go through it together and make it our own. Get your news